I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Hello, class of 2016. How are y'all doing?
So this year, for the first time, all four of the officers are unopposed, so that sort of takes the drama out of everything. We can literally stand up here and say anything we want. That's actually exactly what we're going to do. We're tired. Deal with it.
How about that one? Go over to the center. Go over to the center. Go over to the center.
I do have a test today. That wasn't a lie. But it's on European socialism. I mean, what's the point? I'm not European. I don't plan on being European. So who gives a crap if they're socialists? They could be fascist anarchists, and it still wouldn't change the fact that I'm your treasurer.
Junior year is often regarded by many as the most important.
I will make as many changes as I can to make our junior year spectacular.
And I will strike down upon thee with great vengeance and furious anger those who attempt to poison and destroy my brothers and sisters. And you will know my name is the president when I lay my election upon thee. Samuel L. Jackson.
I'm going to be jogging for student council representative. Jogging mainly because running seems too ambitious.
After all, he was the walrus. I could be the walrus.
All I ask is for a simple vote. Help me, help you, help the class of 2016. Have a great senior year.
Good morning, King Philip. Congratulations to all the elected officers, and thank you for serving your student body. We wish you much success. Wednesday was not only Election Day here at King Philip, it was a solemn occasion, the 2nd anniversary of the Marathon bombing. This anniversary will forever be known as One Boston Day. The beginning of a tradition that organizers say is about resiliency, generosity, and the strength of the people that make Boston the great city it is. People all across the Commonwealth performed random acts of kindness in honor of the victims and their families. If everyone in the world did one charitable thing or helped one person without selfish motivation every day, that would be over 7 billion good acts done in one day. Our involvement in our community and the world at large is an important part of our personal legacy. What we do in and for our community can have both a local and global impact that can cause a ripple you cannot measure. We never know how far-reaching the impact of a good deed can be. Not only do you change the lives of the people you are involved with in some way, but your actions can also inspire others to follow your path. Our student body has and continues to model the importance of giving and helping people in need, which is why the Sun Chronicle heard us roar this past week. Here's Megan Choate with the story.
This week, the Sun Chronicle was invited to cover King Philip's Strike Out Cancer event, which raised money for 2 families in the Tri-Town community that are affected by cancer. They decided not to write an article, but instead to publish a picture of Mr. Chaplin with pie on his face and the caption, "Pie-faced without a drop of alcohol." This rightfully sparked outrage among the King Philip community. Not only does the headline go against ethical standards in journalism, it portrays our caring, strong, smart, and dedicated students as a bunch of careless drunkards. Many found this representation by a professional publication to be infuriating, insulting, and downright irresponsible. Greg Jacobson and Colin Kelly's names were not even mentioned, even though they were the center of this fundraiser, even though their fight has inspired an entire community to act. Managing editor Craig Borges attempted to apologize in Wednesday's issue of the paper, but many were angered even further after reading his words. He essentially admitted that he gave the Strike Out Cancer event almost no thought at all, since it was one of 50 headlines he had to write that day. He dismissed fundraisers to help cancer patients and their families as common. Over the years, it has seemed apparent to many here in the Tri-Town that the Sun Chronicle slanders King Philip at any chance they get, making sure there is a negative spin towards our school if at all possible. In any event, we will continue to preserve the reputation of our remarkable student body with the many good things we do every day to help others in need. We are so much more than the slanderous words this newspaper made us out to be.
I thought it was extremely inappropriate to make an allusion to alcohol, especially when we spend a lot of time trying to make this a really nice day for the 2 families who really needed the community's support.
And I think the Sun Chronicle has done us a disservice.
They've done us a disservice by whenever they have a chance to mention bad news, they have to say KP this, KP that, KP student. And I think they're putting a bad spin and a bad connotation on people who go here, and that's wrong.
The perfect example of the laziness that the Sun Chronicle uses as its approach to so-called journalism. They don't take the time to do research. They barely take the time to talk to people. They sensationalize the trivial, and they make a mockery out of those people who actually have made journalism an honorable profession.
I believe it was unprofessional, and I think there's been a long history of the Sun Chronicle marring the name of King Philip, but I'm not going to let a petty comment from some journalist ruin the day that we had supporting our KP students.
By the way, over $2,000 was raised for the Kelly and Jacobson families during this event. We have many reasons to stand tall. Our fields and courts have finally been busy. Here's Jaron with the report.
Thanks, Rachel. Welcome to the Sports Desk. The spring season is officially underway, and our Warriors have hit the ground running. KP's softball team has one of the greatest legacies in King Philip sports. The past few years, they have won the Hockomock League title 10 times out of the past 12 years, and were back-to-back state champions in 2010 and 11. With some experienced upperclassmen and talented underclassmen filling the roster, the girls are poised to take another run for a trophy this year. The team is led by captains Renee Poirier and Casey Hutnian. The girls faced off against the Sharon Eagles on Monday at the PAL. Sophomore Jen Hutnian was on the mound for the Warriors and didn't let up a single run. Contributions from juniors Krista Wagner and Ashley Hession and senior Brianna Sebio all led to 11-0 score. Truly an impressive performance by the Warriors softball team. Congratulations to the girls on their win and good luck in the rest of the season.
You never feel happy.
The boys and girls lacrosse teams both have games today, so make sure you come out and support the Warriors. The boys will be playing North Attleboro at 3:30 at home, while the girls will be taking on the Red Rocketeers in North Attleboro at 3:30. That's it from the Sports Desk. Now back to you, Rachel.
Hey, see? Are you done?
Yeah.
Is she done?
Yeah.
Hey, going back!
Today marks the 20th annual Day of Silence. The Day of Silence was founded in 1996 at the University of Virginia when a group of students wanted to bring attention to the anti-LGBT name-calling, bullying, and harassment on campus. The Day of Silence has become the single largest student-led action towards creating safer schools for all students. Please support our KP students that will be participating along with hundreds of thousands of students in thousands of schools nationwide. And now, an update on someone we will never hear from again, who once had a $40 million contract and a standout career ahead of him.
Madam Foreperson, on indictment 2013-983-A, charging the defendant Aaron Hernandez with murder. What say you, Madam Foreperson? Is the defendant not guilty, guilty of murder in the first degree, or guilty of murder in the second degree?
Guilty of murder in the first degree.
Hernandez, who had been considered one of the top tight ends in professional football, shook his head and then sat down after the jury forewoman read their decision. We are standing outside the Walpole prison where convicted murderer Aaron Hernandez is awaiting life in prison without parole. As he begins his life sentence, the subject of his prison life has sparked conversation. Prison officials will have to evaluate the case to decide whether or not to guarantee his physical safety and place him in solitary confinement at the expense of his sanity, or do they risk his safety for the sake of his mental faculties? Regardless, he will undoubtedly be both persecuted and idolized throughout his life in prison. They will be transferring him to the Sousa Baranowski Correctional Center in Shirley, Mass. After completing his evaluation. Don't forget that Earth Day will take place over April vacation, so do something that will make a difference while you're enjoying your time off.
Here we have Roger Roberts up with
gonna say this
What?
one's for Sean.
Yeah, you just throw it.
You don't throw it like this. You roll it.
You roll it. Have you ever been bowling?
I do what I can. This one's for Sean Skenyon.
Every day I'm shuffling.